Okay, I'm here with my driver ratings. First time I've done this in a while, sorry. Yeah, I start immediately with Gabriel Bortolano. Started P17, finished DNF. 4 out of 10. I do be reading those Falcon comments. Seem like Gabi just does not get the strategy that Nico gets. And I don't really know why. Like, I'm so against, honestly. I know they have the confidence, but I'm so against sticking rookies on, slick tires when it's, wet. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? I think there was an opportunity for Borisov today to hopefully score points. But yeah, anyways, we're going to start off immediately good. We're starting with Hulkenberg. P19 to P3. What do you think is going to be? 10 out of 10. I wish you could give him like a 20 or something, because he honestly deserves it. First podium in F1, podium in a Sauber from 19th. Anyways, Sainz started P9, finished P12. I'm going to give Sainz a 6 out of 10. I think he had a pretty good race, honestly. But the reason that he was actually on for like scoring P9, but then Leclerc made contact with him going off. So, because I remember he was in P9 and then he randomly was just down in P12. And like pretty slow. With Albon, started P14, finished P8. 7 out of 10 for Albon. Williams actually came out and ended up scoring some points, which is good because they mostly always score here. Okay, Lawson started P16, finished DNF. 4 out of 10. Qualifying wasn't great. But he got taken out in like the first like 3 corners, which wasn't his fault, by the way. Like, it full on wasn't his fault. But yeah, anyways, let's go to Hajar. Started P11, finished DNF. 5 out of 10 because qualifying. But yeah, the fault wasn't. The crash wasn't completely his fault because he couldn't see. He couldn't really see Antonelli, so it was kind of a racing incident and just unfortunate. Anyways, let's go to Haas. Baron started P18 with penalties. Finished P11. 5 out of 10. If he didn't get those penalties, he was definitely scoring points. Like he probably would have honestly. I felt he would start P8. If everything went well, he probably could have finished somewhere around like where Stroll did and Gasly did. Not sure who'd get a podium, but yeah, he was actually really quick. It's just unfortunately, of course, the one weekend that he got a penalty, he was quick. And yeah, of course, he collided with his teammate, which isn't great, but that wasn't really his fault either. Ocon started P15, finished I think P13. 3 out of 10 for Ocon. I don't have anything to go by. He was just stubborn and Bannerman like all weekend. So I can't really give him much more. Anyways, let's go to Alpine. Colapinto started P20, finished DNF. 0 out of 10. Basically had the worst weekend. Yeah, he finished 3 rats and stuff, but he wasn't even faster either. He basically had the worst weekend that you can ever have. Like, he basically did the bare minimum. Like, basically, you like in the race you didn't even see him, or you didn't even really. I didn't really hear about him like once because he just didn't even make the start, which is definitely because of his crash yesterday. And yeah, basically you didn't see him at all. Like you could basically wipe him out of that weekend. Anyways, Gasly started P6, finished P8. No, or the other way around. Sorry, but it's a 10 out of 10 for Pierre Gasly because Alpine needed those points. Because the other team's got so many that Alpine's still in 10th. Also, it's crazy that last place has 19 points. That's how like competitive this season has been. Anyway, Stroll started P18, finished P7. 8 out of 10 for Stroll. I think he had a good race. Tire degradation. He was fighting for a podium, but tire degradation really hit him, and the car wasn't great. But he out finished Alonso. He was pretty lucky, and he kept it on the road, unlike Brazil 2024. Alonso started P7, finished P9. I'm gonna give Alonso a 7. He got beaten by Stroll, but it doesn't matter that much. Well, it does, but at least Aston got double points for the first time of the season. Anyways, Antonelli started P10, finished DNF. 4 out of 10 for Antonelli. The penalty obviously was from last weekend, so he started P10, but Yeah, he just got hit by Hadjar, so it wasn't his fault. Maybe I should have gave him a bit higher, but the penalty did technically send him back. Anyways, Russell started P4, finished P10. Russell literally gets the same thing, 4 out of 10. It's technically him who made it that strategy. Like, I know it's good to try to go big, something that pays off, but he was in P7. He could have probably held on and got like 6 or something, but instead he went for that strategy that everyone knew was not going to pay off. And Behrman fighting him at the end, like, he was lucky to even get a point, which is crazy. Like, Mercedes have not had a good set of races. Where last season, in that awful car, these are some of their best races. Austria, Great Britain. But yeah, now they've hardly scored any points. Anyways, Hamilton. Wait, no, we gotta go to Red Bull. Tsunoda. He started. What did he start? Like P13. Finish P15, which I'm pretty sure is like last. Yeah, I'm gonna give him like a 3 out of 10. It was not a good race for him. It just felt he was colliding with everyone. Like, he made the incident at the start for Lawson, and I think he hit like Behrman or something like that. And he was just slow. Like, this is the one time, the one opportunity that he could get points, because it's a wet race, it's chaos. He finished, but this was the one time that he could have gotten points, but he didn't. And Verstappen started P1, finished P5. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. I was tempted to give him an 8, but I don't want to be too biased. Yes, he made a lot of mistakes, but the rear wing definitely caused those mistakes. Because Max didn't really make mistakes in the wet, but you could see the car was just undrivable at most points. And at one point he was down in 10th because he spun. But I like that when Max, he got some trouble, he just able to put his head down and arrive back in 5th. Anyways, let's go to Ferrari. Hamilton started P5, finished P4. 7 out of 10 for Hamilton. I don't know why some people are saying that Hamilton had a bad race. Yes, he didn't. Yes, he got beaten by a Sauber and couldn't overtake a Sauber, but technically, nobody else could either. And in all the chaos, to still finish P4 is pretty good. Like, the only reason I think he didn't get the podium is because Ferrari put him a bit too early. But yeah, he made like a few mistakes, but had double overtake that I don't think anyone saw. That was sensational. And yeah, he could have finished. Like, at one point, he was down in 7th, and I was like, oh no. But yeah, he managed to recover back up to 4th. And I don't really think he cares that much on not being on the podium. Hey, it's better than what the next guy coming up did. Leclerc started P6, finished P14. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I would have offended a lot of you. I was honestly pretty tempted to give Leclerc a 0. I was pretty tempted to give him a 0. I'm not gonna lie. You guys would have probably hated me forever, but I was tempted to give him a 0. And you wanna know why? Because, I've not seen a race that scrappy in a long time. Like, not even rookies you don't see, going off that much. The only person you saw going off that much was Russell, but Leclerc was, way off the track. They saw that, Mackets and Beckett, he was way off. I don't know what was wrong with his balance of him, but he just did not look at it this weekend. So hopefully that doesn't, offset his confidence or anything, but it's just weird to watch Leclerc be this bad. But yeah, it's a 3 out of 10, unfortunately. I am in it just because of quality. But yeah, the race was pretty awful. Anyways, Piastri started P2, finished P2. 8 out of 10. Why did I give him a 10? Come on. The penalty was his mistake. It was his mistake. It was his fault. The end. It was his fault. He shouldn't have done that, and he did. Anyways, Norris started P3, finished P1. It's a 9 out of 10. I'm not giving him a 10 because technically he didn't fight for the win. It was given to him. But still, doesn't make it any less beneficial. He won his home race. It's not it's his fault that Piastri got the penalty. Sometimes in F1 people just don't understand it. You gotta be there to win it sometimes. That's what rewards you for being close. In case something happens, a driver gets the penalty. And it's not like he was miles off Piastri. He was only 3 seconds off. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, anyway, those are my driver ratings finally did them again, so you guys can't kill me. But yeah, we have Belgium in a few weeks. I don't like this random break. Oh, I gotta have hiccups now. I'm just gonna end the video before I die or something.